All right, fam. So the market is pumping, and everything looks very, very good. I want to run through some of the things that happened yesterday that was actually mind blowing to me, and I also want to talk to you about what is actually going to happen, in my opinion. So number one is very important, is that we had this post from Charles, who is the CTO at Ledger, the best hardware wallet out there, and he posted yesterday. There's a large-scale supply chain attack in progress. The NPM account of a reputable developer has been compromised. Now, I'm trying to get Charles on for an interview. He will deep dive into what this means, but there is 2 billion downloads for a specific file that was all corrupted. So technically, whatever you do, when you do a transfer or an exchange on a DEX, that could impact and your coin could have been stolen. So it's a massive, massive, massive FUD. And then right after, it came out that potentially because of this, I posted this in the Telegram, I said that Swissborg was hacked for 42 million, Swissborg as the exchange. I also reached out to Alex, who's one of the founders. Unfortunately, it is true. Heart goes out obviously to Alex, but I know that they are going to fix it. So, but there was so many FUD that I said I took 25% off of my trades and left the bots untouched. Way too much uncertainty at 4-hour supply zones. So here's what I'm seeing. The problem, what I told you yesterday, my ultimate, again, if you have not been, guys, I designed these things so you have to come there and have to come here every day, spend 5 to 10 minutes, and so you understand the thought process. If you just watch it every second day, you're not gonna keep up, okay? So there are these updates every single day or every second day when there's something to talk about. Please watch them continuously. Subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. But yesterday, I explained that anything could happen because of the trendline liquidity that we were building. But then immediately we had a reversal, and I said, okay, this is actually a very good sign that we started taking the trendline liquidity, and we had a V-shaped recovery just right here, which indicates that this is a nothing burger, and we're gonna continue higher. And then I said that we are going to take this high and even potentially this high and target the actual 4-hour OB, which is up here. This is all documented, by the way, here. If you have been watching daily, you know exactly this is what we've been waiting for. So now that is happening. The question is, what comes next? Here's what I see. Number one, the trendline liquidity is there, so I'm not happy about this, and it's still, you know, we're still in the 4-hour supply zone, so that can be a problem. But it's very, very strong, doing exactly what I thought it was going to do, which I'm very happy about. So right now, because we have a new high, the actual low is down here. Was retraced. This is the new low down here. So this, we can have a retrace, which will most likely happen, but 3.74 is the current low for us to confirm if we're going to drop lower or we're just going to stay above. If we do this, we had the retrace also here down to the OB, then we had this down to the OB, then we had a high created and then down to the OB. So I would not be surprised if we get something like this and then continue higher, but ultimately the trend is up. So what I also posted in the Telegram today morning, I was like, it's incredible how the market held up during last night's shit show. There's literally nothing. I thought we were gonna nuke, and this is when it started, and I sold 25% of my positions, which is pretty cool. If you look, again, if I'd taken all these positions with you here on the channel, all of them are up a massive profit. All of them have a massive realized profit as well, so I'm pretty happy about that. But the market started nuking, and I was like, okay, it was a very good sell, but it's 1%, and then we immediately reversed and started pumping straight up to this OB. So we had to see what is to happen, but here's what you have to pay attention to. This is the actual 4-hour OB, okay? This here is the actual 4-hour OB. We need to see a close above this level and then this level first. 4 trillion and 3.97 trillion. These are the two levels that we need to see a close above. If, for any reason, we start pumping in here, and then we show a lower low, and the rejection, that is going to be devastating, because I have to sell here. I have to, because if you look at the 4-hour chart, this is the actual 4-hour high that created a new low here. And then once this was the new low here, and this did not get broken below there on the hourly chart. So if you look here, this was the bottom, and this did not have a close below. That means that this is not a valid 4-hour high. So that means that this is the 4-hour high, and if we don't break this but just come back here and do a 15-minute market structure shift, that signals that there is going to be a reversal, and we potentially could come all the way down to the daily OB, which is down here. Okay, that said, everything I said, here's what you need to pay attention to. If we're going to start pushing in, which is, I think, going to happen, gonna start pushing towards the 3.91 trillion, be aware, from 3.91 trillion, we can see a 15-minute or an hourly reversal. If we do see that I have to sell 50% of my positions, I can't marry the chart. I will obviously update you in the free Telegram. If you're not in the free Telegram, go and join that. There is a link in the description. Okay, about my trades, nothing is touched. So 25% I sold. I have about 14,000 on a 30K account, so about 50%, 40%. Of my cash here, but that's also because of all the profits that was happening. So about 30% I had about 20% cash, and then I sold 25%. So yeah, that's about 45, 50%, and then plus the profits. That's what I have there. I have about 40% that I'm accounting with. So even if we start pulling back, I have about 30, 40% that I can deploy back to the market. I'm not in a rush to do that. Even if we close above here and then go back from there, I'm not in a rush to deploy back. I think we're doing fine. On the bot side, most of the long-term bots, or actually all the long-term bots, are in profit. And then we have some, which is Sui in a tiny loss, Pengu, tiny loss, Sol is up, Worldlibified. This is, I told you, it's a very long play. I just believe in the Trump family is going to pull this off, and I just want to accumulate. It looks perfect. And then the Sonic bot, of course, the Sonic Summit is coming. I am speaking on the Sonic Summit on the 13th of September, so I'm playing this also for the long run, but definitely for that. If you want to copy these bots, they are here. Perfect opportunity to get going. The perfect entries. You will have almost better entries than I do. So you can just click and play, and there's a $1,000 trading bonus that you can get. So go and check that out. I wanted to tell you one more thing. This is what I said yesterday on the show about Black Mirror. I think at and below 40 mil, I think it's, bro, this is like one of the largest IPs. Again, like I invested, so so I was saying like at or below 40 mil to buy. I was telling you to buy. This is Black Mirror, something I invested in. They are literally the IP. The Black Mirror series IP, and then you can earn XP by knowing the show and following, and they have a massive hundreds of thousands of people in the community, and they launched their token yesterday. I actually forgot that there was a TG yesterday, but there was a TG yesterday. They launched it, and we were live when it happened, and I told you that at 40 mil-ish or below 40 mil to buy. It went down to 2.6 to 26 mil. 26 mil. From there, it's up 120%. And we're up at 64 mil. So if you bought it, I actually pinged it here and I said, if you bought today's show at or sub 40 mil, as I said, you should, you're up 50% in a few hours. So I said yesterday, it's worth taking some profits, but I do genuinely believe that it is a $500 to $1 billion worth of token if they pull off all the stuff that they wanted to do. So I invested, obviously. I am also going to take some profit. It is worth taking some profit if you have bought sub 40 mil, and then just ride the profits on. Guys, that's it. I am going to drop a massive video today. If you're rewatching this later, you'll be able to see it. We'll put it up here. And if you're just watching it now, before I drop that video, you can just click here and make sure to watch out. What are we going to put in? I think we're going to put a subscribe button. I think we're going to put anything. Subscribe. Come back for another one. Guys, oh yeah, this is going to be how you can claim $1,000 in Pionex. Do that. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.